Hi, I'm Randy, and if you're watching this video, I've decided to make a video channel of my adventures or misadventures with my 69 Camaro, among other things. Behind the camera is my wife, Anna. Hi, Anna. The reason I'm doing this, and the reason I even started this video, is because I got this car and the engine was already built by Long Engine Works out of Maryland. This is a 350 cubic inch Chevy small block. It's got, I don't know if you can see, double hump heads. It's got a comp cam. It's got a performer intake. Edelbrock, I think that's a 600, maybe it's a 650, but it's whatever, 600, 650. It's the correct size for the car or for the engine. Doug's headers. Anyway, it's got an HEI distributor on it, as you can see. And I was having trouble with vacuum, and I went to set the timing on this vehicle. And what I found when I put a timing light on it is this old harmonic balancer was painted black. It was totally black. This is all I could see was black. You can see I've scraped some of it off. I don't know if the camera can get in here on this or not, but under all that black and in the orange, maybe this thing maybe started its life as orange, there are timing marks on this thing. If you can see here, starts here, TDC, top dead center, and then goes down, I don't know, maybe to about, let's call that 60 degrees. I don't know if the camera can see those hash marks or not. But anyway, I decided to go ahead and just replace this. And I pulled this off last night, no problem. I got it off just fine with a pulley puller. But when I went to put the new one on, I tested the bolt in the crankshaft for the tool, the special tool you're supposed to use to put these things on, and it got stuck. Essentially, I don't know if we can zoom in on this. This is the bolt, the harmonic balancer bolt. It's hard to see, but there is just a tiny bit of rounding of those threads. There's all kinds of videos out there on YouTube about how to put on harmonic balancers and how not to put on harmonic balancers. One of the things that are warned about by guys that know what they're doing, and by the way, I've got a grand total of 2 years of high school auto mechanics, so there's a lot of shade under my shade tree, believe me. But I can get by. The point is, I'm not a professional mechanic. But what I wanted to talk to you about, and the reason I'm making this video, is because it appears to me that whenever this harmonic balancer was put onto the car, it was pressed on, used into the crankshaft using this bolt. Okay? Which is one of the ways that people that do know what they're talking about say, don't do that. The other way, of course, using a hammer and a piece of wood or whatever. The way that you're supposed to do it, or the safe way to do it, I should say, to keep from damaging your crankshaft or your harmonic balancer, is to use a tool that actually goes into the crankshaft. And this is a 7/16 inch bolt, just like that one. Okay? And this is actually what got stuck in the crank, and I had to back it out using channel locks. But this tool goes together like this. Just threads in there. And you put this nut on. Thread your nut down. I'm going to call it about halfway right now. And this is a bearing, okay? And pay attention on your bearing. There's a flat face on the bearing, and then there's the bearing part where it actually turns. Okay, put that against your bolt, because when we put a wrench on it, that's what we're going to be pushing the new harmonic balancer in with, is this bolt. Okay, and I'll get into the car in a minute and show you how that's going to work. And by the way, I did get a new bolt. That's a new harmonic balancer bolt. I believe that one's a contact. and a new harmonic balancer. And this is a Dorman harmonic balancer for a small black Chevrolet 350. This is no whiz bang, no high performance, nothing special. And as you can see, at least it has a single mark on there for top dead center to set timing. And what I'm going to put on there when I put it on with the pulleys is a cover I got from Summit Racing. You can also get these from, I think you can get it on Amazon, around 34, 35 bucks. Anyway, you can see it lines up with the keyway. Alright, it's pointing about, I don't know, 10 degrees or so off top dead center, the way it's supposed to. And this lines up and it'll give me marks all the way down to 60 degrees. Okay, and if you keep going 90, and all the way around there's marks. But otherwise, I can't set the timing on this thing with the old pulley. Now, there's a couple things I'm going to do before I get started with that. One of the things, I'm going to get down there, and I'll just point at it. You'll excuse my dirty garage. Kind of an impromptu video. I guess if y'all don't like the mess in my garage, you can come on over and clean it up with me. Anyway, let me point down here and see if you can see it. This is the crankshaft. It comes where it comes out of the engine. If you guys are motorheads or engine guys, you know that, okay? In there are the threads that are boogered, okay? And like I said, when I threaded this thing on last night, that end piece got stuck about 3 threads in. It wouldn't go any further. So what I'm going to do is put a die, or a tap rather, a tap in there and see if I can't clean up those threads. But before I do that, I'm going to tape this up to make sure I don't get any crud in there on the seal, and see if I can clean those threads up enough to take that new bolt, and of course get the new harmonic balancer onto the engine. Alright, so I'll get started on that, and then you guys can meet me under the car and we'll start tapping that out. Okay, I already mentioned, I believe this was a 7/16 inch bolt that came out of the crankshaft, and the new one is a 7/16 bolt. And I'm going to tap that dude out. Now, this is a kit, tap and die kit, okay, and has a 7/16 tap, and it comes with this little tool. You can put it in there and go, yeah, that's 20. The part I didn't mention a minute ago, there's a 14 I think, but these bolts are 20. You can see here the bolt that came out of there, it's thread 20. The one that's going in, thread 20. And the tap, thread 20. Okay, so we're all good to go on cleaning up the threads in this crankshaft. Okay, that is the bolt that's going in. And I know I didn't show you this before, but with the harmonic balancer in there, there is actually about, from the crankshaft to the end of the harmonic balancer, just over a half an inch, or rather an inch and a half, I'm sorry. That is not taken up by the bolt. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but what I'm getting at here is we have enough threads cut in, because that is that's exactly an inch and a half. And the washer that goes on here is a 1/4 inch, so we have enough cut into the crankshaft to go ahead and put the harmonic balancer on the correct way, which will be the next video. So I'll get this all cleaned up, get everything set up, and let you guys watch me struggle with putting on a harmonic balancer using the correct tool to install it. Okay, see you next time.